But the main thing is I've trusted my staff, and I've given them stock management roles, so I'm not doing all the ordering. I've given them dead stock roles, I've given them operational roles that I used to go, oh, do you know what, I can do all that, and then have the paper on my desk, and I haven't got anything on my desk now. It's great.
Very good.
It's a setup.
I know.
Oh, can she do it?
Oh, hi,
Drum
Andy.
roll. Higher.
What is the impact of your actions you have taken on yourself, stroke your team, or the business? What's the impact of your actions?
Okay, so I guess for me, we're always quite happy to hear what we're good at. But I got 360 feedback for a start, just to try and understand what I was good at and also where the opportunity was to bring it up. I had some really difficult conversations with people in terms of opening it up for them to be really honest with me. And that's given me loads to move forward with, and I've seen a really positive impact from the team. From the 360 feedback that I'd already taken in, you can see over the last 6 months that people are commenting that they can see a change in the way I'm moving forward. And I generally thought I had a great place to work within my store, and I still believe that we did, but the little things that I've taken, just the personal touches, so just by putting people's birthdays in my Outlook calendar, just by having those little conversations, 5 minutes, if it's important to them, something's going on outside of work, I log it, I make sure I have another conversation with them to ensure that, and what I get in return for that, which is a tiny effort from my part, is huge. So that's been really powerful.
And also what I did within, again, not passing the book, but I have an assistant manager who's doing a DP course at the moment, and we were looking for a driver, and I says to him, well, do you want to take that on? Do you want to?
So normally you'd have done all that?
I did, right, yeah. So I sat back and said, I want you to recruit a driver. I said, get Rob in the yard foreman, get your heads together, draw up a plan, who you're looking for, what you're looking for, advertise it, do all the work, interview them, come up with your delegates and employ them. And they did it, and they did a cracking job. And Alan had his one-to-one with my RD, and my RD actually told me, he said that was the best experience he'd ever had. Now I wouldn't have done that previously, because I'd have felt, me as a manager, I'd think, I can't pass the book there, they'll think I'm doing nothing. They'll think it's, but I got the opposite reaction. They were so engaged with it, and again, on that scenario, they're buzzing. So that's the biggest thing really I've taken from this. There's other things as well, goal setting smart and all that, that's been new to me, which has been a benefit. But that's been the main influence for myself going forward.
I mean, the big key learning point I've made from being on this SMDP is one of the learning things is actually the motor simulation, and that's actually realising that you're on tight timescales. You need to have the key people within your group to do the right thing, and it's not only that, but the decisions you make is the impact it actually makes on the business that you're actually doing. So from the motor simulation, I've taken that away from the business, and I had a couple of accounts within the company that obviously wanted their credit limits increased. Credit control obviously had their thoughts and saying, look, there isn't really anything, they couldn't do anything at that stage. So I actually took a morning out with Lorraine Spokes, went out to see these two customers to make her feel comfortable and see what these customers had got, because I thought there's some potential there. They got senior contact with credit control. At the end of their meetings, both credit limits actually got put up, and at the back of it, the impact of that was that we actually walked away with a £60,000 order on one account. So that's why I've taken away the business, and just realising what key decisions and seeing key decision makers can actually make an impact on the business.
What I've got out of it, I suppose two major things really that I've got out of it is I've had a massive increase in the relationship with my manager. I work quite remotely from everybody in our business, including my manager. When I put in front of him the 3-month review PDP, he didn't know what to write. We had to have a review meeting about the PDP so that we could actually get to understand each other before he knew what I needed to put on there and what I wanted him to put on there. And now that bond has remained very close, and that's been important to us as we've changed our team in F&P. We've all had to work a lot closer together, so that's come really a good time. And we spent more time socially, which has helped as well. So understanding what people want out of you has been a strong message to me, yeah, which then I've used again throughout the business to understand what people want out of me as well.
Mine's particularly a whole load of it, monkey management, definitely for me. It's had a big impact on myself. It was certainly evident I wasn't managing my time particularly well regarding the control and content of what I was doing, thinking that realistically I was being a helpful manager and actually I was just taking on people's monkeys effectively. And I think the only way to probably develop people's responsibility is to give them responsibility of what they're trying to do. So yeah, with 18 people now, it was quite, I say, trying to be helpful. I think I was encouraging in that, but I could, from the course, I think I've identified and be able to spot it now and sort of be able to say, no, you go away with that and deal with it yourself and let me know how you've got on, etc., etc. Which has then given me more time in the branch to walk the branch and spend more time with people as well.
The biggest impact is actually not work related. It's my home life. And one of the things that I'd always do, I run around like a lunatic. I'm an area sales manager. I'm a salesman by heart, truth be said. I work in London, you can imagine. And I'd always go home and I have a 9-year-old and a 4-year-old, and my son always, and I'm the apple of his eye, if you like. He always wants my attention, and I've been guilty of not giving him the time because I've got to do an email or I've got to pick up the message on my phone, and I was tending to ignore him. Since SMPD, that stopped. I didn't realise it stopped. Only during the course I started realising I'm finding it's taught me how to find time and to calm down. The impact it's had on me has been that I've had more time with my children. I'm getting that's massive for me.
Branch. Normally when management accounts come out, a couple of days after, once I've digested the numbers, we have a team meeting to discuss the business and customers and trading accounts and merging activity and all these types of things. But I'm speaking more regularly about their personal development, but not doing it in the manager's office scenario. Yeah. Come in, how are you? Oh, I'm great. How am I? Oh, you're brilliant. On your way. But I'm going out into their environment and standing next to forklifts and asking how the day is going, how they're coping with it. We're flat out, boss. What have you thought about this? Thought about that? No, I haven't. Great idea. And off they go. Couldn't get hold of you yesterday. You were out at a meeting. Yeah, sorry, mate. Did try to ring you back. That relationship building, I'm doing better. I think they look at me now differently to what they might have done before this. Although I thought I was good, the reality probably wasn't as good as I could have been.
From a personal perspective, I did Insights 10 years ago on an MDP course, and I've changed, and I think that's changed in my development myself and probably in the different job roles that I'm doing now. I find it useful because my team have had the opportunity to do Insights in the last few months at the same time, and it would have been the first time I'd have really had a chance to understand what type of person they are, what makes them tick is really, and my impact, how our interaction, how I need to be aware that that's a green person there. And my normal approach might not necessarily work with that type of person. I need to adapt the way that I work. And the team I joined about 12 months ago, a lot of individuals who have been in the business a long time, they work in various different manners, and it took me quite a while, but helped through the SMDP, to understand I need different approaches to different people within my team. One approach doesn't always fit for every type of individual that I manage and I lead.
You asked earlier on about when the light bulb moment was for Tony. I don't think SMDP's like that. I think there's lots of layers that they add in, and certainly the first 2 courses that we did, I took a lot from it. I did MDP, when I was 25, 16 years ago, and I got nothing from it. I probably wasn't ready to do it at the time, so I realised that. So a lot of stuff I got back on SMDP following a derailment. I thought, I remember that, but it sunk this time. It really sank in with me. Main things for me was the PEG model. I think it's fantastic. I've used it a couple of times. Had to let somebody go after using it. That was just to look at underperforming people, because we've all got them.
Yeah, a really important day for me, spending some time with the future of our business. Met some really good guys today. I think the main message for me today is the cross-branding certainly working. I mean, that's lots of questions on opportunities within other brands within the business, and there's certainly been some great developments from the guys in terms of some of the things that they've put forward, so which is a great opportunity for the business, whether it be BIMS or it will be customer service. I think we've got lots to learn, and that's a great opportunity for us, and I hope they carry on with some of these work streams to make sure we realise some of that opportunity.
So I've been in the business for 6 months. It's really great to come in and see all sorts of different talent from across the brands, not just Wix managers, but managers from CCF, TP, Keyline. It's really good to see that they're all integrating and how we can build some cross-brand relationships.
Well, I think once again it's great to see the end of one of these programmes. It's quite nice to see the beginning as well, to see how these guys don't get on at the beginning. I didn't see the beginning of this one, but today you see this team absolutely joined up in the way they're thinking, totally across the brands, and this is one of the only places where we achieve that, quite frankly, where we get people from all aspects of the 17 different brands in the business now talking and thinking about working for the group rather than just their own brand or even their own branch. So it's fabulous to see. Yeah.
I've been really lucky with this group because I've been able to join in some of the other sessions during the programme, and I think it is absolutely clear that the relationships that the brands have got through these people are really going to be a benefit to the business.
I think you did an absolutely fantastic job.
In the presence of greatness.
Yeah, personified.
Feeling a little bit
We are not
uneasy at this point.
It's not you, Joe.
Still dizzy.
The man himself, Mr. James Day.
Someone who I've had the pleasure of working with on our project. Just been speaking with him now, very focused person, a real pleasure to work with. I think has added a lot of fun to our group, Mr. John Bray.
I haven't had the pleasure of working in the focus group with this man, but I think he's improved leaps and bounds, and his confidence has grown greatly. John Daly.
Alright, this isn't a fix, Jerry. I think this person here has absolutely done wonders with themselves, their confidence, and they really have made a positive contribution to whatever they've tried to do. And he also is a winner with the company because he's got the divisional branch of the year. Well done, Darren.
It's been a pleasure working with this guy because he's from day one I thought he was a bit quiet, but the more I've seen of him, the more confidence has grown, and I think he's brilliant at presenting. Stuart Haler.
Well, I've had a fabulous pleasure working with this guy in our group. Well, when we first met, I don't think his confidence levels were that good. He's grown and grown and grown, and his actual self-awareness has grown with him. He's done a fabulous job in our group. He was the man that doctored everything, structured everything, moved everything. Emotional guy, Mr. Simon Williams.
This guy, what can I say? Lots of experience, lots of wisdom, lots of energy, lots of passion, all of which he never shows. until he discovered the QR code. This particular individual now has a great love for black and white squares, and he's not playing chess, and it means nothing to anybody else. It's just a thing on a thing. He is the one, the only fiddler.
the pleasure of working with this individual in our group. Spot on. That's all I can say, Wayne. Good lad. Really pleased to meet this lad on this course. I just hope we can all keep in touch. But I'd like this lad to come up and present his trophy to him, which is just in. What are they?
I haven't worked with this guy a lot, but the few occasions I've had with him, he's had an effect on me. He's inspired me, and when he speaks, I really do listen. And I'd like to present this to Mark Turner.
No, I've watched this guy grow, develop, become more rounded. I was just talking to him now and say he's a real motor mouth. Where's James? Right,
well, this guy, I must have got a pleasure of working with this guy and pleasure to actually hand out a certificate to him. And that was get the words out. And I must admit, I've had the pleasure of working on the BIM project and another few projects we've actually done with this SMDP. And to be honest with you, he's been a calming influence, a great presenter within the project, within the group, and I want to present this certificate to Cole.
So, this guy, backbone of the BIM team and grown within the group over the past 6 months, Callum Hancock, well done.
I've also had the pleasure of working with this guy on the BIM project, and he is an absolute gentleman. He puts people at ease. He's always wants to do the best by everybody, and he's just generally an all-round superb guy. Tom Nixon.
Quite coincidental, really. The first person I really spoke to when on the first day of the SMDP, and the guy quite fittingly put the little title, "He's just a nice little chap." And I have to say for Richard, I'm a splendid chap myself, and well done. It's been a pleasure to meet you.
This man's been a rock in all the tasks that I've worked with him on. 100% contribution, failure, no chance. Wants to be the best that he can be, and he wants a team around him to be the best that they can be. Jerry, come on.
I'd like to award this to Sick Note. It's John Virgin, who has made a nice contribution to the programme. Unfortunately, he's not with us here to receive this in person today.
Why's that, Mark? What's wrong with him?
Darren Anderson.
What's wrong with him?
I'm afraid I can't comment because we're being filmed. So,
Robbie, can you not got a live satellite link up on it?
But I'm sure we're thinking about him anyway, wherever he is, and we'd be giving him a nice round of applause.
On behalf of all the guys here, the last 6 months have been truly fantastic. So some flowers for you and some aftershave for you, Ange. Mate, you sing?
Thanks very much. That's very kind.
Thank you very much indeed.
It's very kind.
Charitable donation to Lucy to add to your fund.
I was just thinking how good I did then, not crying at the flowers.
That's Lucy. All right.
Thank you very much.
Yeah!